All right, we are back for a new problem for Math Workshop. Let's see what it says. Mrs. McGarity has 6 pieces of chocolate in her basket. Okay, so I know we're talking about chocolate, and I know Miss McGarity has it, and it's in her basket. So I know that as I'm reading a story problem that I always stop and I think. I know that good readers make pictures in their mind, they stop and think, they make connections. So I know what we're talking about. We're talking about chocolate, and it's in Miss McGarity's basket, and I know there's 6 pieces. Okay? All right, so I'm going to keep going. She gave some to Mrs. Mueller. So wait a minute. Did Miss McGarity get more chocolate, or did she give some of what she had to somebody else? Yeah, she gave some to Miss Mueller, but you know what? It doesn't tell us how many pieces. I bet you that's what we're going to have to figure out. All right, let's keep going. Now she has 2. Oh, so now she only has 2, but she used to have 6. Okay. How many pieces did she give to Mrs. Mueller? All right, so I know the first thing that I have to do is I have to think about, well, what is the question asking me? So I'll go back to the question mark and I'll read that question again. How many pieces did she give to Mrs. Mueller? So we know that we're looking for a unit. We're looking for what we're talking about. Well, what are we talking about? We're talking about pieces. That's our unit. That's our label. So like we always do, we know we say, So we're talking about pieces. So we circle it and we write it. So, pieces. But, like we talked about last week, we're getting first grade ready. We are almost ready to go to first grade. So instead of just writing, pieces, we can extend it and we can actually write a sentence. We can answer that question with an answer statement, an answer sentence. So let's turn this into a statement. How many pieces did she give to Mrs. Mueller? So we can say she gave, well, we don't know yet. What? Still pieces. Pieces. To who? Mrs. Mueller. To Mrs. Mueller. So that's what we're looking for. We want to know how many pieces that she gave to Mrs. Mueller. Okay. All right, well, I've got to think out loud. I've got to think, well, what do I know? I know Miss McGarity has 6 pieces of chocolate, and that's all she has. She didn't get any more chocolate. That is all Miss McGarity has. So, okay, I'm going to write a 6, and I'm going to put a big box around it because that represents how many pieces of chocolate that she had first. So for chocolate, I'm going to put CH because I know that digraph says cha. And I'm going to put first. That's the chocolate I had first. Okay? All right, well, if I keep going, it's in the story, it says she gave some. Well, she had to give part of what she had, part of the 6, but we don't know. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to extend it down. And I'm going to say, well, there was some right here and I don't know what it was. So I'm going to put a question mark. But I need to label it for real life. So I'm going to put a big M for Mrs. Mueller. This is the part that she gave to Mrs. Mueller. Okay? Well, I've got to keep going because the story doesn't end there. It says now, there it is, she has 2. So she gave some to Miss Mueller. Now she just has 2. So as you can see, I have made a unit bar, and wait a minute, I've got to label this too. So if this is the chocolate she had first, this is the chocolate she has, yeah, you guessed it, now. This is the chocolate she has now. It changed. She only has 2 now. So as you can see, I've made a unit bar, and it's sort of helped me put my thinking on paper. I'm going to go back through it. This is the chocolate that Miss McGarity had first. She gave some of it to Mrs. Mueller. But now she only has 2. Well, if I look at this, I know that this is all the chocolate. This is my whole. And like we have talked about in the past, and we talked about last week, we know that a whole minus a part, if you take that part away, equals another part. So either part, you can take away the part that you gave Miss Mueller, or take away the part over here that she has now, has to equal the other part. I bet I could write an equation here. So the whole is 6. And however your brain works, you can take away the part that you gave to Miss Mueller. She gave her some. Or you can take away the part that she has now. It's still going to give you the other part. So whatever you think, I'm thinking I want to take away the part that she gave to Miss Mueller, because that makes more sense to me. If she gave some, that means that some of those are gone. So she took away the part she gave to Miss Mueller, and I don't know what that is. I'm going to put a question mark. And I know that that's got to be equal to the other part that's left, the 2 that she has now. Let's see. I'm thinking, what could I do? Okay, so, all right, I've got a whole minus a part equals the other part. So let me think of a good strategy that I could use. I'm thinking a number line. I think I'm going to draw a number line. So remember, your number line can start anywhere that you need it to start. Okay? So I'm thinking, since my equation tells me to subtract, well, I know I have to count back to subtract. So I have to count back. That means I have to start with my whole, like we've talked about. So wait a minute, 6 is my whole, and I'm going to start my 6 here, because I know, to be precise, I have to show my arrow. So I know I'm going to go this way on my number line, because it tells me I'm going to count back. But I don't know how much I'm going to count back. So, but I know I'm going to land at 2. That's where I'm going to land. So here is where I'm landing. I know I'm not going anywhere past that, because that's how many pieces of chocolate we have now. So I'm going to go ahead and label this. 6. Ooh, I can look at my unit bar. This is the chocolate I had first. Okay. And I know I'm going to take away some that I gave to Miss Mueller. So I know that my hops, I don't know how many they are, but my hops are going to be the part I gave to Miss Mueller. That's what I'm looking for. Okay. And then I know the 2, it tells me right here, this is the chocolate that I have now. Okay. All right. So I'm going to hop, and I know I'm going this way, and I'm going to stop here. Okay. So I'm going to hop. All right, so I'm going to count back. So 6, I'm going to show I'm going this way. Well, I know this number is 5. I know this number is 4. I'm counting back. This number is 3. I show my arrow. And I made it. And this number is 2. So I've made it. But remember, that's not my answer. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for how many hops I made. So all of this is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to count my hops. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my goodness, 4 must be my answer. 4 is what I gave to Miss Mueller. And I'm going to put a big M right there. But you know what? That's only one strategy. I need one more strategy to make sure that this is correct. You know what? I think I'm going to do a number bond. I haven't done a number bond. So it tells me right here, this is the whole thing that I had. So I'm going to draw my number bond right here. 6 is my whole, and I know this is the chocolate that I had first. And I gave some away, and I'm left with 2. So I know that 2 shows me is a part of 6. It's a part of that number. and that I need to know the other number that's a part of 6. So, you know what? I can put this in my head and I can count on. And I can see what my other number is that's a part of 6. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I bet it's the same. It is 4. It's the same. So that means that Miss McGarity, she gave 4 pieces to Miss Mueller. It shows me right here. I have this strategy that shows me, and I have this strategy that shows me. And then I have my equation. So I can put it right here in my unit. I can put 4 pieces. I know that's my answer. And you know what? I can put it in my answer sentence. She gave 4 pieces to Mrs. Mueller. Now you're going to have a different problem. You can use some of the same strategies that I use, making sure that you use 2 different strategies to show your answer. But remember, yours is different. So I want you to see if you can get the answer correct and explain what you did so that you can show me your closing. All right, I can't wait to see.